Today is March the 11th, 2025, 8:03 a.m. And I titled this "The State of the Race." Let my phone show. The state of the race. Umar Johnson is defended for being a deadbeat. Charleston White disrespects uh, a little girl that lost her life, and the regular fuckery continues. And I'm not gonna be long. I'm not gonna be long on this. I say that all the time, but sometimes we end up making a long video. But I know where we are as a people, but I'm gonna ask a general question. Where are we as a people? Where are we? Let me turn my TV down just in case you may hear that in the background. But you still can hear me. Where are we as a people to the fact that there is no there is no line for anything, right? There is no line, but yet there's a line for everything. I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that. There's not a line for anything, but there's a line for certain things. Okay. In this confused, ruleless race of black people, and when I say ruleless, we don't have any guidelines. Even in the so-called black conscious community, we have no real guidelines. We have elders, but they don't do shit. The elders are about as useful as the pastors. Because give a person a title. You ever heard that saying? How many times have we said, people let their title go to their head on jobs? Cat, a cat becomes a supervisor, and he begins to throw his weight around. He begins to think he the boss. Titles have always ruined any type of anything because that title puts you in your mind separate from the other people. So when a person calls his or herself an elder, sometimes they automatically put themselves up higher with this level of esteem and this worship. See, the black community is still suffering worse than the black so-called conscious community is still suffering worse than the black religious community that we try to come down on. Because you're still not thinking under your own way of thinking. You're still thinking in a sense of worship. That you need this man, and I'm gonna say because we don't follow women. Most I've never seen. Name me one woman leader that people follow and listen to, and please don't say Shahrazad Ali because the only reason people listen to Shahrazad Ali is because she panders to black masculinity or poisonous black masculinity. She tells underdeveloped black males the shit they want to hear. But name me one black lady, black woman that's really being listened to. Hell, look at how they treat Angel Reese. Look at the way Angel Reese is treated versus Barney. So we're not gonna say we follow black men and black women. We follow black men. Because I was having a conversation with a friend of mine last night and we were talking about patriarchy. And I was explaining that black men aren't the creators of patriarchy. When we say patriarchy or a patriarchal society, we need to put it square where it is. White male patriarchy. because black men control nothing. So when you get to have these titles, and you have a guy in Umar Johnson that calls himself the Prince of Pan Africanism, Big Papa, the notorious RBG, all these different titles. The black community, because you're so desperate for a leader, or you're so desperate, and like I said in one of my TikTok videos, Whitney Houston said it a while ago. Everybody's searching for a hero. So this whole notion of finding a leader, we have to have a leader. We have to be led. But black men are alphas. Black women are independent. But please lead us. That's not saying having somebody giving you wise counsel. That's not saying we can't have somebody to give you wise counsel. That's not saying you can't have somebody to give you guidance and good information. But you got to know when you're being duped. We are still, I see more adults over the age of 30 defending the fuckery of him being a deadbeat dad. And it's not just men. His women's followers are almost the worst. When you see these colors, it's supposed to have respect on this. Now you hear people saying, "Oh, that's that hotep shit. Them hoteppers." A ruleless society and a ruleless people, their history is doomed to be destroyed, is destined to be destroyed. America would not stand. As much as I talk against America, America itself would not stand for somebody fucking over their history. America would not stand for white male or female misleadership. They're going to do something about you. But because of this mentality, but because of this, we can't do nothing. We are the mightiest, willless, spineless people that you'll see. I saw so many people in the quote unquote black community. I saw so many conscious folks talking down on the black boycott. And it wasn't even a black boycott. I was talking to one of my friends. I saw so many people had these deep ass think pieces talking about how stupid the boycott was. Fair game. No matter what you felt, you got the right to feel it. See, when you elevate in your level of thinking, you're no longer trying to police how people should feel. If you felt the boycott was some bullshit, that was you. If you felt there was something good to do, that was you. Perspective. But when it really comes to ruling, when it really comes to the guy that represents these colors right here, that affect everybody that represent this, that is the face of it, because he's in the mainstream. You're silent to it. Why? Why? Because you want to talk that good talk. You because again, To talk down on them people about that boycott is almost like talking down on religious folks. The conscious community is good at beating up on black Christians. They're good at talking about black Christians. But when we begin to talk about conscious black male misleadership and conscious gullibility, don't say that. Obasi, don't say that. Why? Because in all of the titles, elders, jagnas, babas, mamas, all of these conscious deep titles, we have never been shown how to solve any type of issue. There's a lot of books written about it, but we have never physically been shown what to do with a traitor or out of pocket person. Because, like I said, we are the most mightiest, spineless, willless people. Rationality is so dangerous. Rationality is extremely dangerous. A sex crime happens to a woman and a child, and dudes begin to rationalize it. A sex crime happens to a woman and a child, and men in some cases, and women begin to rationalize it. If their favorite person with a title, because remember I'm talking about titles, if it's a king of R&B, then all of this rationality of why he did what he did to those children begins to come into play. But if it was Robert Kelly, the school janitor, Robert Kelly, the mechanic, would you give him that still benefit of the doubt? Would those excuses still be made? But because you like something that a person gives, you're willing to overlook their transgressions and begin to talk about they're only a man. We knew this from the start. But again, that title, the king, because the king is what? Is put above the people. The king is put above the people. The king of R&B, he's at the top of it. And then they start this bullshit. Well, they can't take his career away. Nope, but they took their freedom away. I listened to a brother, and I never bite because I don't gatekeep and I don't steal. I listened to a brother on TikTok. His name is By Any Means Necessary. And that brother was cooking one night while I was on his live. And he said, you Negroes did not have a problem until the white man got his hands on R. Kelly. You Negroes didn't have a problem until the white man got his hands on P. Diddy. Then here's all these cries and rationality of unfair treatment. But you are westernized. I don't care what you read. I don't care what you have written. I don't care how many books you have written. If you rationalize degenerate behavior, you have not arrived. I watched so many dudes rationalize why it's okay. I heard a brother say, so you, Mark Johnson, was supposed to just stay in his child's life no matter what. Now listen to what these black males are saying. No matter what, and we haven't heard both sides of the story. Even though this Negro admitted in a video that he hasn't been in his daughter's life, and he could be exposed. But see, this is what Yuri Bezmenov talks about when he talks about ideological subversion. Talks about ideological subversion. Shit. Am I still going? Hello? Okay, I'm just gonna keep flowing. I don't know if I'm going or what. That going it. Dang it. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. But this is what Yuri Bezmenov talked about when he said ideological subversion. That no matter the information that was presented, and I'm paraphrasing, shortening it up, it is basically impossible for people to come to a sensible conclusion to defend themselves and their people. So you can hear an admission from a person, but because of that title, because remember what I'm talking about, but because your affinity for his knowledge, it ain't much. You're willing to overlook that. You're willing to overlook that he's been lying about a school for 20 years. Your cognitive bias, along with your cognitive dissonance, will allow you to get mad at his daughter for him not taking care of her. And say, why is she disrespecting him? And he sat there and he called her mother, Mama Smurf, and called her Baby Smurf. And if you listen to his response, it wasn't even. At what point will we start to understand? I ain't got into Charleston White yet. At what point will we understand the black male character has become a fucking clown show? But it's entertaining. But when I'm speaking, I have people coming to me talking about you tearing down the black man, the black man image. Don't you know what the white man done? We need to be on code when the white when they doing this. We don't want to put our people, man. Fuck what you talking about. If you're under that mindset, you have not arrived. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you read. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you have written. You have not arrived because your mind is still shackled to a penis. Because most of you dudes only talk about defending a man. You never talk about the mistreatment of black women. You never talk about the mistreatment of black children. You only talk about how a black man is being treated in the media. How is Angel Reese being treated in the media? How is she being treated in the media? Oh, but she a hoe. She got on hoe eyelashes. She ain't good as Caitlin Clark. Black males constantly compare her to a white woman, and when she begins to bleach her skin, you will talk about her even worse than a dog. You constantly compare her to a white woman that never even beat her in college, that never even won a goddamn title. But you buy that propaganda. You buy that propaganda, G. You buy that propaganda that she's saving the league. Why? Why? You buy that propaganda. I told you a long time on the video that I did on here. When she did this, she became the enemy of America. How dare she taunt Pippi Longstocking? It's bullshit. Black males have been programmed to defend the most bullshit. You'll get up here and defend a P. Diddy and talk about tearing a black man down when nobody prospered. You name me one person prosper under him on Bad Boy. Was it Mace? Was it Total? Was it Shine? Was it Biggie? Now comment in my video and tell me who prospered. Who did he put up? Was it the band? Was it Danny T. Kane? He constantly screwed everybody over, but you talking about pulling him down. Hmm? Because of that title, a celebrity, a billionaire. You think that represents you. He was paid to push any goddamn agenda and message, whether it benefited you or whether it went against you. But because you bought that propaganda, you don't care. Oh, the black people are their own worst enemy. If you don't stop saying that, when you say that, you have not arrived. The condition that we have been put in conditioned us to be our only enemy that we see. Most of these jigaboos are out here singing Donald Trump's praises. He taking things away, and you rationalizing the good in it. Huh? You're rationalizing the good in it because what is his title? The president. Now, mind you, I'm talking about titles. So you think because he's the president, it's okay that he destroys lives. You think because Elon Musk is the richest person that they have shown you, it's okay that he tells you that people that are on welfare, that people that are on Social Security, that people are dependent on things are the problem. But y'all tell me y'all deep. Y'all tell me y'all educated. I'm a high school dropout. I'm a high school dropout. I'm a high school dropout. But what is education? I made a post like that last week. What is real education? Oh, man, got a degree. Oh, man, you know this. And we sprout these shits. Umar Johnson constantly tells you about his degrees from these institutions. And he throws that title again. He throws them titles in your face and to make you feel like he's superior to you. And if you read books, you would know that you surpassed him a long time ago. So it's not okay for him. So it's okay for him to not produce a school. It's okay for him to not be in his daughter's life. But it's okay for him to say he's the most high and mighty. I listen to this guy say nobody in the world, it's probably only one person in this world that's on his intellectual level. So you got all of this. You got a degree in child psychology, but can't figure out how to talk to your child without talking about I want the mother in there, I want the parents there. And I listened to that sister Keita Rose, and I don't know much about her, but I listened to her shortly, and she said, "Well, if these people are such a liar, why does he want liars present?" Let me tell you something. The coddling of black males has also been the downfall. The coddling of black males has also been the downfall of weakening the fabric of us doing anything. We watched LeBron James step to and publicly humiliate Stephen A. Smith. No matter how you feel about this. And Ryan, I'm so glad Ryan Clark spoke on it. Because what people say, well, you ain't no athlete. You ain't never played the game. But you ain't never been a politician, but you speak on politics. You never gotten into a boxing ring, but you speak on boxing. Only when a person don't agree with you, they try to discredit what you're saying by saying you're not a professional. Hell, neither is Ronnie. So I'm not a professional. I've never played basketball, but I can't speak on what I see with my brain. So, and I'm so glad Ryan Clark spoke on this because his son plays for Notre Dame. So here you go. You got arguably a Hall of Fame dad and a son that's a second generation. So he's qualified to speak on this. And he said his son said, "Dad, if you was to ever do that, I would be pissed." Because again, you have put this person, he's the what? Y'all call him the what? GOAT. King James. I ain't even gonna get into that. The king. Title. Go title again. So again, here's that king. We just talked about the king of R&B. Now we're up here talking about the king of basketball. So he's above everybody else. So again, you're teaching this young man that he is above reproach. You can talk about everybody else. Now, like it or not, I had a good close brother. He and I was talking about this. Like Stephen A. Smith or not, and a lot of times I do not like Stephen A. Smith. But you have to be fair. You gotta put your emotions up. You have to put your likes and dislikes. If LeBron was totally in the right and Stephen A. Smith got personal with his son, oh yeah, all real black fathers would have stood on business. But in the coddling, we have constantly watched them allow LeBron James to be the difference maker over everybody else. It's mighty funny. Everybody's talking about how Stephen A. Smith has destroyed people's careers. But what did they do with Russell Westbrook? LeBron gets players to come play with him and then discard them. When they no longer serve him a use, he discards them to be what? Hell, half of the time their career don't even survive after playing with him. But because people like him, they omit everything else. And something else before I move on from this. Ryan Clark said he didn't do Skip Bayless like that. He didn't do Skip Bayless like that. So again, here we go. Let's get back in this. We our own worst people, right? Y'all like to say this, right? So what you're saying is publicly humiliate the jive turkey, the jigaboo, the nigga, and the Negro and Stephen A. Smith, who talks about you and talks about a lot of black people. And Stephen A. Smith had it coming a long time ago. But how you think that narrative would have been if he would have did that to Stephen A. Smith? Not Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless. Because he knows his place when it comes to white people. In that bowl. So we can watch Shannon Sharp is another one that's going to replace the jigaboo of Stephen A. Smith. We could listen to Shannon Sharp destroy Russell Westbrook's career for the sake of helping LeBron James day after day. Even one time, even was talking about trading Russell Westbrook, who's still playing. Mighty funny that Russell Westbrook is playing in Denver, and now he's not being attacked by the media. I wonder why is that. Now he's not turning the ball over the way he was just happening to just turn the ball over in LA. Now those turnovers really don't matter. How is Denver surviving since he's just such this terrible player? Fathers, our jobs are also to allow our sons to have their own experiences. But again, because he got some money, what would you do for some paper? What would you do for some paper? Because he got money. Oh man, here come them rationalize. Oh man, shit, goddamn, shit, run the billionaire, goddamn, shit, give dog bone, nick that petty, blah 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 blah. Hold the line. Be a fair referee. I don't like neither side. The ascending mind doesn't pick sides. And one of my homies pointed that my homeboy pointed that out. He said the ascending mind, I'm paraphrasing him a bit, doesn't even pick a side. You're looking to where both was right, where both was wrong. It is a level of disgust. I ain't even gonna touch Anthony Edwards right now. And we get to Mr. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. To watch his bipolar behavior, and I'm gonna speak very real on this. To watch his bipolar behavior, he is arguably one of the most dangerous ones. Arguably. I do have more respect for Charleston White than Umar Johnson. Because at least he take care of his goddamn children. He's a fucker. He's fucking a hypocrite. He's everything Umar Johnson is, but at least he take care of his damn children. Don't leave these babies because of your bullshit. But I listened to him disrespect that 5-year-old girl. We're not even gonna get into that young brother, Lil Ronnie. I don't even know much about his music, so I'm not seeing. That's also a thing. You gotta learn not to always try to speak as an expert on everything. Never to be a know-it-all. You know everything, and you got to speak and you got to speak like an expert on everything. Normalize not over speaking on stuff you really don't have all that much knowledge about. So we're just gonna kick the ballistics, as Khalid Muhammad would say. We're gonna kick the ballistics on him talking down on a 5-year-old child that lost her life. And when are we gonna get past this shock jock? He's just playing a character. Again, here's a title. We talk about again because the moment he meet his demise, and the moment people start to say, I had guys approach me talking about some. Again, you're pulling a black man down. You're feeding into the white man narrative. Let me tell you something. I ain't the one you want to sit up here and have this conversation with about the white man and the white man's narrative. I am not the one. I am not the two. I'm not the three that you even want to have this conversation. Because we can sit here and rationalize. Again, I'm talking about rationality now. Why? And the dummies, the Charleston white dummies, find some find gold in everything he's saying. He can tell one lie. Until you really understand the conditioning, until you really understand the conditioning, let you see that bookmark. Until you understand the conditioning of said environment, you don't understand a goddamn thing that you're agreeing with. You don't understand a goddamn thing that you're agreeing with. You don't understand a goddamn thing you're agreeing with. But because he knows how to pimp the fragile, broken black mind, you think that sounds genius what he's saying. Because you know nothing about how your mind has been tampered and engineered with for long, long periods of time. You think what that's saying is sound right. Well, that's right. All we do is kill each other. All we do is kill each other. The great teacher Bobby E. Wright. I told you I'm gonna give resources. I am not Umar Johnson. I did not. This is not all my knowledge. This is not me talking. That's what's wrong with them egos. They want you to think it's them. I got a lot of my own thoughts. I got a lot of my. But when I come across something, you share that information. That's called intellectual integrity. That's a word Negroes don't know about. Bobby E. Wright once said, the reason blacks kill blacks is because they haven't been trained to kill whites. Therefore, it is outside of our experience. Don't let that go over your head. The reason blacks kill blacks is because we have not been trained to kill whites. Therefore, it is out of our experience. See, when we understand conditioning, see what when you understand behaviors, you understand white folk been killing a long time. You understand them collectively have been killing a long time. Let me give you another book. Again, let me show you. And you make people show you receipts. Demand people show you receipts. Stop just listening to these people get up here and jaw jack to you and they can't tell you where they got information from. It's bullshit. Looking at conditions and behaviors, we know these people have been killing for a long period of time. At what periods of time? Again, you answer this. I know the answer. Answer in my comments. At what periods of time did black people begin to kill each other in large numbers? Crime now crime and disagreements have always been around. So what we're not gonna do is romanticize our people and say we've just been perfect. That's not what I'm saying. But when we thinking about things like drive-bys, when we thinking about things like the condition that drill music and drill rap have created, at what periods? I might have gave you a little clue, but at what periods? Because answer me this: we so violent historically, continuously, and I'm almost about to wrap it up. Yeah, historically and continuously, please listen to this. If we have been these violent monsters that kill, why did we allow them to turn water hoses on? Why was our ancestors allowing them to turn water hoses on them? How come they bombed churches with little black girls in it and we didn't? You must look at crime through the lenses of the victims and not the criminals themselves. I'm tired. Black men, real black women, stand up. I'm tired. So to allow Charleston White to continuously, and he throws his money in your face. I'm about to die. I'm back here. I'm out here smoking weed, talking like a young nigga. I got a pistol on me. Come die about it. Come die about what? Come die about your disrespect. But there go that character. Y'all say he gonna play. That's a character he played. Y'all talking, and it's funny to see. It is amazing to see what the mind does to protect and rationalize its thoughts. I saw one dude talking about y'all just don't get it. He tired of seeing us in this condition. Oh Lord, come on! I know you don't believe that, but yeah, you do because y'all continuously say it to gloat and talk about a baby, a harmless soul. We're not gonna talk about our daddy because y'all gonna get into the X's and O's and the rationalities of why it's okay to talk down on that 5-year old. But I just wanted to give some morning jewels. I hope I was able to teach somebody something. I always ask y'all, put them sevens in my comments and let me know. Comment and let me know what y'all think about it. If you like it, if you don't, mm, but I appreciate you. Peace.